Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to today's video. We're back with a trading recap, and it's a official no trading week. First time ever I've not traded in a whole week. The market's closed tomorrow for Good Friday, so yeah, the end of the week. I hope you all smashed it, but no trades for me this week. First time that's ever happened since I've been in a simulator, since I've been trading real money. But I've just not been liking what's in the market. I think it's providing very, very small and limited opportunities, limited ranging opportunities from a long-in perspective, definitely, and yeah, just nothing overly excited about. OPTT at the beginning of the month made a great move, but apart from that, April's been quite dry, quite slow, and you see a lot of traders they've not been doing as well, or they've not been trading as much, and it's definitely showing a pattern there. So April not the best month, but nevertheless there have been opportunities that I need to capitalise more on. I've definitely been hesitant on some potential opportunities that presented themselves, and we could have took definitely more trades, because I've only taken 3 trades this whole month, so maybe a bit of a mental issue there, got to keep an eye on that. But overall, I think it's been a slow month as well. So as you see here, no trades, anything. Here's my equity on my account now, and I will quickly talk about MBIO, because this made a really good. Oh, I don't know what's happened here. Really don't know what's happened there. Yeah, because MBIO made a really good move. Thank you for the comment. So MBIO made a really good move after hours yesterday, from the $2 up to the 16. You see how it just sold off, but then it regained some strength. It's sort of open around today, pre-market, around the $10 area. Sold off once again, but then just started to curl up. So I was keeping an eye on this. Basically, I had no idea how it would move. Obviously, out the gates, I thought it could just tank really, really hard, or it could spike up. It just happened, so it spiked up. And but one thing I did do, and as I always do, and this is a good learning point for a lot of you guys, is go into the daily chart. So ignore this candle. This is the candle today, but I just going to quickly point out some key areas, and it takes a bit longer to do, but that's why I prepare a bit more pre-market, give myself time now. So you see here, I mark out this area here, which is the 632, which is the top of this candle here. You see how it's kind of become support there, and now it's become resistance. It's sold off, curled round, retested there, failed, curled round, retested, failed there. So we're just seeing if that's going to come into play today. We don't know if it will, but we're just going to see if it comes into play. I also marked off this 806 area. I also marked off this area here, which is the 1003. So now what I do is I go, that's just quickly marking off the daily to give you the quick version of it. But you see how here I keep the 632 because it almost retested down here, but that's, if I do get short, that's a potential area it may go to. The next level, the 806, I'm looking at it, I see it's got a bit of retesting here, but nothing really crazy. So what I did is I got rid of that area, and I said, okay, I'm going to use this as an intraday line now around the 850. So you see how the 850 become resistance there, curled round, now it's become support, which you see there. You see how it's come off, become support again, right on this nice pivot, and then once again. So you can see how this 850 is coming into play. So we're later on, before the market opens, we're just going to see if that comes into play. And the 1003 is this $10 area is coming to play a little bit as well. So what you see is here, you see how, if I just move this up sort of around to the 1030 area, 1040. Thank you for suggesting options, Keneal. I will look into that. Not right now. So you see how this 1045, so basically 1050 area, you see how it's kind of becoming resistance here, becoming resistance there. So now I've got my markers laid out. I'm sort of ready to go, keep an eye on it. So what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to see if this 850 becomes consolidation of resistance. So I might look to short it at 850 down to the 630. If the 850 breaks, I'm then looking at it to go up to maybe the 1050 area. And you see that's pretty much what happens. There was a long opportunity here. So what happened was basically the market opened. There was 2 opportunities actually. There was a little bit of a washout down to this sort of support area of the 760. You see how it's sort of touching previous here, but mainly around here. So you see how you could have got this little pop down, sell back up to $8 and maybe break through $8. There's definitely an opportunity there. I actually did look to take that in my real money account, but then I was kind of focusing on the short side, and it's really difficult to focus on the long and the short side at the same time. You've got to be quite a skillful trader to do both at the same time. So because I'm focusing more on shorting, I didn't place the trade. I think that's another reason why I haven't been trading as much, because of these. I've been focusing more on the shorting setups now. That my long-in setups, I'm just not pulling the trigger on, because I'm not really concentrating on my long-in perspectives. But I will be looking to do both, definitely. But you see how there was an opportunity there. This candle here, you see how when it broke the 1 minute, so the first candle to make the new high here, it actually just shot straight up past 850. Because you could have looked to get in over this 840 pivot point, but it just shot up so fast. But one thing you could have done is we could have got the pull. We could have bought the pullback here down the 840 area, which is beneath the 850, back to the almost 9 EMA to sell for the push up. So they're kind of the only two long in areas I really saw today. Definitely, this one was in real time. This first one here, that was really quite obvious to me, and you can just see that by marking out. Loser. I'm getting all the comments today. Loser. What a nickname. You're down 380 this month. Sorry to hear that, mate. I'm down about, I think about 130. If you look at my previous video, you'll see that. Getting all the comments through whilst I'm doing this recap. So yeah, that one I saw in real time. This one I actually didn't see in real time. I said I'll always be honest. I'm seeing this with hindsight, this one. So you've got to be careful on that. Stocks look easier in hindsight, because you see it how it plays out. But definitely saw this one in real time. Saw this one in hindsight. But the short in perspective anyway was, you see how it's just getting overextended off the VWAP, overextended off the EMAs. It's starting to get up to that area. So you see once it gets up to that 1020 and it rejects, you could look to short it, maybe using $10 or 1020, using the high. So you're looking to short around the $10 area, using the 1020 as your stop area. And you just see how this one just didn't give you any retest, because normally what you do want is maybe hit it once, a retest for a second, get some confirmation, but this one just sold off. And you just see how, and this is important once to do the lines, you just see how this 630 area just comes into play. You know, even now it's coming into play, but you see how once it couldn't make this area, it sort of consolidated around the VWAP quickly, around the 850, and then once it's broken that area, it can only really go down to one area, and now and then the next stage was the 630. So you see how once again those daily lines come into play, and they're not always perfect, but it's just to use them as an idea, an indication, and to see if they do come into play. But that was definitely a really good short. As I said, I went to take this in my my DAS trader, which I've not got open now. I looked to took it in my DAS trader, but it wasn't shortable, which is really strange because I had shares available on Trade Zero. But you can see how these lines and these areas come into play. So definitely really good shorting opportunity here. And to be honest, you could also maybe look at the 850 area, look for the VWAP to break, and then you could use that 850 area for a bit more of a confirmation of shorting. That would have been a good one. I didn't see it in real time, to be honest. I wasn't paying attention to that, but I definitely saw this one in real time. So that's it. The market's closed tomorrow. We'll be back at it Monday. Will we place a trade again this month? I hope so. Anyway, thank you everyone for the support. We're closing in on 1,000 subscribers. It's really amazing. So thank you everyone, and I hope you all are doing really well. I hope these videos are helping. And as I said in the comment on the last video, just for the update, I'm going to start doing these recaps even if I don't trade, because it just keeps you guys more up to date. It helps me talk more about stocks, and I hope you learn something from it. But anyway, enjoy your Easter weekend, and I will see you all back on Monday. Bye bye.